Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the Baking Analyst channel. On this channel, we cover everything from cryptocurrencies to economics to personal finance with a focus on yield farming and DeFi as a wealth generation tool. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, do consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. If you're completely new to DeFi or you just want to see some of my farm picks, link is down below. You can go ahead and access my DeFi for Beginners course on Skillshare using a free trial of Skillshare. Cancel it at any time and it will come at no cost to you whatsoever. Today's video is made in partnership with Bitrue, a cryptocurrency exchange that now not only facilitates trading and futures, but is also entering the yield farming game. As we can see over here, if we go over the Earn tab and click on Farms, we can go over to the yield farming page. So on the yield farming page, we see that for some of the tokens, we're getting paid pretty good APYs over here. However, the point of today's video is to talk about the latest announcement, which is the BMAX token or the asset management token that they are just about to launch. Now, with their whole yield farming proposition, Bitrue is looking to use the BMAX token to boost the yields for investors by up to 15 to 100%. As you can see over here, BMAX is the reward token that you will be receiving when you deposit your assets into one of Bitrue's yield farms, as you can see over here. As long as you opt into receiving your rewards in BMAX, you will be able to enjoy this new APR. So is Bitrue's BMAX just another farm token, or have they done something else? Well, let's jump into it by looking at their light paper and specifically the tokenomics. So in terms of the tokenomics, the best way to think about BMAX is that it is a reward token that is partially collateralized or partially backed by the reward tokens that are given by underlying protocols. Now, in order to understand how this whole yield farming as a service works and how BMAX is even backed by these underlying tokens, we have to look at this diagram over here, which is in their light paper. So when a user deposits their funds onto Bitrue's yield farming platform over here, then they will be receiving rewards in the form of either BMAX or the underlying token that is given out by Bitrue. Now, once the funds have been deposited in the yield farm, part of that goes into staking, such as for proof of stake, and some of it might go into DeFi protocols like liquidity mining as well as lending or the yield farming that we all know and love. Now, the underlying protocols still reward tokens in their native form. So for example, if the funds are ultimately deposited in SushiSwap, for example, the rewards are still going to be in Sushi. So what opting into BMAX rewards does is it allows Bitrue to swap the Sushi to BMAX and then reward it to the user at a potentially higher APR. So as you can see over here, the reward tokens from all these protocols such as staking and DeFi go into a rewards pool, and that in turn is again redistributed back to investors. Part of it goes towards quantitative trading. So if you haven't got into trading and you like to gain some exposure to algorithmic or quantitative trading and the profits that are associated with it, then this could be your way to go about doing it. 90% of the profits from trading then go back into the rewards pools to be distributed to investors like yourself, and 10% of these profits go towards a tax fee, which in turn is used to conduct BTR buyback. BTR is the existing utility token for Bitrue's exchange. This will lead to buying pressure on BTR, potentially resulting in profit for the BTR holders. Now, you might be wondering, if they're giving out BMAX for free like this, then isn't it highly inflationary? Well, as I mentioned earlier, the BMAX rewards that are ultimately paid out to investors are partially backed by the underlying farm tokens or reward tokens that are received from either proof of stake protocols or DeFi protocols. In the case of proof of stake protocols, this could even come in the form of blue chip coins. In my view, this would be an improvement over the highly inflationary tokenomics of a standard farm and dump farm token. When we look over to the left here, we also see that Bitrue is going to try to increase buying pressure or provide buying pressure on BMAX by conducting market buybacks, making use of funds from the reward pools. All in all, you can think of this whole yield farming as a service platform, as somewhat of an asset manager, and this is particularly good in my view for people who are completely new to the world of DeFi, or they just don't know how to go about setting up a decentralized wallet such as MetaMask, and are more comfortable with a centralized exchange. In terms of my overall opinions on the project, I think it is really heartening that centralized exchanges such as Bitrue are looking into bringing yield farming to more audiences, especially given how yield farming and the concept of compound interest that is behind the whole concept of yield farming is, at least in my opinion, a really powerful wealth generating tool that many who are intimidated by technology might miss out on. Personally, for example, when I first got into DeFi, I also started with yield-bearing products on centralized exchanges before going into the world of MetaMask and the decentralized protocols. So if you're someone who is averse to the technical hassle of setting up a decentralized wallet for yourself, or you're simply scared of smart contract risks that could exist out there, as well as phishing hacks, then this could be something for you. Finally, we move on to the airdrop announcement, which is even more good news to any holders of BTR watching this video. So Bitrue is airdropping BMAX tokens to BTR holders, and this is happening based on a screenshot taken on April 15th. How this airdrop is going to work is that it is going to happen in phases over time. So there are a total of 4 phases in this airdrop, and each successive airdrop will reward users with higher numbers of tokens. So as you can see, the number of tokens distributed for airdrop actually increases over time, with the first distribution happening on April the 19th. Any BTR held on yield farming or lockups in the platform will be eligible to receive this airdrop. So definitely some good news for all you BTR holders out there. So I hope this video has been informative and useful. If you liked it, do leave a like and consider subscribing to this channel. I also come out with new DeFi reviews and content every single week, so do stay tuned. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.